Hey, what's up, fam? As I said before, one of the things I actually really like about Jujutsu Kaisen is the way that the writer, how she does powers, I think is really interesting. And she can keep them very simplistic and creative at the same time, while also having like a really nice setup for them. We got a little explanation actually in the series right now about the cursed tools, how they it just gives. Oh yeah, it'll just give a very general boost in character stats to make them stronger. It's a pretty standard kind of like idea, which is nice. But obviously it was good to see the explanation of it. And now we have Maki who's got this I don't know what that weapon is called, and it's like a chain staff, or I'd have to double check, but looking like a badass, like smacking around the cursed spirit tree guy. But what I actually really liked when I was talking about enjoying the powers is how Megumi's power. They explain how out of his, I think, 10 summons, that when one is destroyed, I think it's he out of the 10, if destroyed, some of them don't come back, but he's got a couple that will always, he'll be able to do. But when the ones that are destroyed that don't come back, the power put to them, goes to the other ones. So if he's got five that always are here and five that get destroyed, then the power from the five that were destroyed he can put elsewhere. So I think that's really cool. I actually like that aspect of his power. I think that's really a really nice way to set up for him to fight stronger opponents. Obviously he'll be able to. One of his other abilities get destroyed, he'll be able to buff them up and maybe work into a super trump card. Like this wolf who, instead of just being kind of like being this big dog, is now like it pretty much looks like this almost werewolf. And I thought that was a really nice aspect of his character. I thought that was a really cool bit to lay out. But I don't know. The rest of the chapter I think was pretty easy to go by. It was mostly just fighting them, fighting the tree dude. Actually, had a really cool part where one of his tree root bits gets planted into Megumi's body, and it'll pretty much whenever he tries to use his powers, it will slowly absorb it and kind of like root deeper into his body, do more damage the further he attempts to do anything, which is again the simplistic yet really useful and understandable ability, and I've been really liking that about Jujutsu Kaisen. It just comes off as much more of a grounded way of fighting and way powers work, at least right now, early in the series, just to kind of get an understanding of how everything works. I think that's pretty good. But the rest of it was mostly just them fighting the guy, and then when it looked like they were in some trouble, here comes in Yuji, and I forget the other guy's name, but the big buff guy who decided they were friends because they have the same interest in girls. So we're bringing out the powerhouses in, and one of the things I'm a little bit curious about now with all this is I figured that they would be fighting Mojito or I think there was four of them. There was the tree guy, the guy with the face paint, Mojito, and then I think a fourth guy. I'd have to double check, but I figured they'd be fighting one of them. If he's these two are fighting this tree dude, and they have to like group take him down. Who's gonna take out the other one? Because I think the dude with the face paint is fighting the old guy, and the leader of the other school, the woman, and I'm wondering if there somehow we're gonna see Satoru against Mojito, which would be a really interesting match. But I worry if that's the case, but cause I don't see how Mojito is really gonna pull through because his this very playful, childlike personality combined with his inexperience with his territorial expansion against Satoru, who just so far seems like the big shot character right now. He just seems so much more powerful than everyone else, other than obviously Sukuna. But it's definitely it's been pretty well laid out so far with Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's rounding up to its being a full year in, and I'm glad to see it do well too. It's definitely been picking up pretty well. And whenever they finally get giving it an anime, I think it will. I think it'll hit much heavier. I think the fanboys will explode. I already know that's gonna happen soon with Kimetsu no Yaiba, just the way that the series is and the way that the animation is and how well it's gonna look. but I'm wondering when that's going to happen for Jujutsu Kaisen because like I've been saying, I said it a couple times before. Is I know how popular Yu Yu Hakusho even still is, and Jujutsu Kaisen feels very similar to it. And I've been trying to get some of my friends that really like Yu Yu Hakusho to give Jujutsu Kaisen a try. It's a slow process, I've got some interested, but definitely need to get more into Jujutsu Kaisen. It's been very fun, very grounded, very understandable. And if it wants to get crazy further on, I like that it's got everything pretty well rooted before it gets to that. But other than that, I'd really appreciate if you drop a comment below and tell me what you think, what's going on, as well as befriend the like button, thumbs up the video, give it a nice thumbs up, and subscribe for more. And check out my videos and content on my channel. See if there's anything else that I do that you might enjoy listening to and you may be commenting on. And subscribe for more, as I said. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I appreciate all for listening.